I am Tyler Sheridan, personally sponsored by Justin Nicole Pillar, coached and mentored by Chase and Bethany McElroy on this amazing Five Diamonds team. We are in Founders Sapphire qualification, and we couldn't be more excited about the time in business today and the marketplace. And I am honored, and thank you, Joe and Mary Beth, for giving me the assignment to talk to you about something as important as sales, okay? But before I get into talking about sales, if I may, when I got this business started about 6 years ago, I couldn't stand sales. I viewed salesmen as the overweight used car salesman in the cheap suit with the bad comb over that didn't care about me, that was gonna tell me that this car was an amazing car and a once in a lifetime opportunity, and then it was probably gonna break down on me 3 weeks later. I viewed sales and salesmen and saleswomen as pushy. I didn't think they had my best interest at heart. I thought all they cared about was money. And so when I got started in this business, to say I put my toe in the water when it came to selling product might be an understatement. It was more like I got real close to the water and put my little pinky finger in it just slightly, because I didn't want to come off as that person, you know? I didn't want to come off as the annoying salesperson that everyone's just like, oh, one of those again, oh my gosh. And so I was very apprehensive. However, some things started to change as I started to use our product and as I started to read some of the books that I'm going to reference and as I started to learn about sales. And I stopped viewing myself as a potential pushy salesperson. I started viewing myself as a need filler. I started viewing myself as a problem solver. I started viewing sales as I have knowledge that can make someone's life better and ease a pain in their life that those people don't have access to. Okay, so I have knowledge they don't have access to, and I have the ability to bestow that knowledge upon them and help their life get better. So all of a sudden I got filled with an intrinsic just desire and satisfaction and joy in being able to help people solve problems and help people fill needs. And today, I'm in cybersecurity sales. I sell complex technologies in the cybersecurity space. I've been doing that for 5 years. And I have a lot of joy in being able to talk to you about sales, and I believe you should too. So specifically, I'm gonna talk to you today about the customer experience. If you'll allow, I'll give you some stories. So I like sports nutrition. I did a lot of working out. Prior to the business, I went to a lot of sports supplement shops. These are supplements shops that, have protein, creatine, a lot of stuff that our business has, a lot of stuff that they don't have. When it comes to getting better muscle pumps in the gym and all that kind of stuff, I was that guy. I would go into a supplement shop. There would be a clerk behind the counter. Walk into a supplement shop, they'd say, "Hi, can I help you find anything?" I'd say, "Nope, just looking," because I didn't want to talk to them. I'd go in, I'd peruse the products, maybe it was a different pre-workout or whatever. I'd buy the product, I'd go to the front desk, I'd buy and then I'd leave, right? I'd get the product, go to the front desk, buy it, and leave. I would do this time and time again. I wasn't loyal to any supplement shop. I didn't care really where I went. They all had similar product. It really didn't matter to me. No brand loyalty. I just honestly wanted to get the next thing that I could find that looked cool or had, if you guys know pre-workouts, they have interesting names like Ultimate Death Machine. I'm serious, they're crazy. The market is crazy. Or C4 Explosive Man pre-workout. I'm like, awesome. Okay, I want to be a superhero in a bottle. Yeah, that's so. However, then one day I went into a supplement store, and I was met by a guy behind the counter that said, "Hey, can I help you?" I said, no, it's fine, blah, blah, blah. And as I was looking through product, he was like, "Hey, would you mind if I gave you some information on the current products that we have here and what the trend of the market is like?" I said, "Hey, sure." And so this gentleman proceeded to give me knowledge and information about the products. He gave me value while I was in that store. It turns out after a 20-minute conversation, we got to know each other. I developed a relationship with this guy, and we had some stuff in common. Turns out he was actually the business owner of that supplement shop. And after giving me a ton of value and knowledge about the things that they had in that store, and after I made my purchase with that guy, I had now created a relationship with him. And then before I was leaving, he said, wait, let me give you a free shirt, man. Look forward to you coming back. Can't wait to see you again. And guess what? I found a supplement shop that I was loyal to. Customer experience. Another story for you. Talk to you about the past 2 suits I've purchased. One suit, I was looking for a new blue suit, went to JCPenney, walk in, hey, Mr. Guy behind the counter working in the men's, area, can we talk to me about some suits? I kind of have a different build than most guys. So, hey, I need something that's more slim fit in the waist, but broader in the shoulders, and I have a conversation. Anyway, he points me toward a specific suit line, and I end up, that JCPenney doesn't have the suit that I need. So I go to another JCPenney, I walk in, I get the suit, I check out, I walk out. Of course, I have to take it to the tailor to get some customizations done. So I go to a tailor, get it customized. Suit number 1. Suit number 2, actually Chase McElroy, Aaron Rockamontes, and myself went to, we'll call him Custom Suit Guy. And this guy makes custom suits. We meet Custom Suit Guy at a Starbucks. He sits down with us, he puts a Starbucks gift card on the table. Says, would you guys like any coffee? Saying, no, that's fine. We're good. But he offered. We get fitted for our custom suit. As soon as the suit comes in, I meet with the guy. We meet at a tailor shop where he's getting, my shirt and all my pants and my jacket tailored. I go in, I meet him at the shop, okay? It turns out everything fits, of course, perfect. After we go to the tailor shop, he takes me next door to the oldest bakery in Dallas, which I didn't know existed. He buys me and my wife cookies and offers to buy us any other snacks that we want at this bakery shop. We get some cookies. I take them home to my wife, and when my suit and the whole final finishing product and everything was all ready, he delivers it to my house. Drives it to my house and delivers it. What suit do you think cost me more money? What suit do you think costs more, JCPenney suit or suit from Custom Suit Guy? When it comes to me buying another suit, where do you think I'm gonna go? I'm gonna go to Custom Suit Guy. Customer experience. So this is the story and this is the lesson. What experience are you providing to your customers? Let's go over 3 bullets that I know are gonna help with this. First, you need to know your customers' why. There is a phenomenal book called Start With Why by Simon Sinek. I would highly suggest that you read. We are in a direct sales opportunity, however, so many of us are trying to sell indirectly. We need to, as a collective group and new IBOs, we need to be aware that this business with sales is comprised on face-to-face meetings. Calling people over the phone is phenomenal, but my goal is to sit down with them. If you can afford it in your budget, I will buy them a cup of coffee to say, hey, let me talk to you about what we're doing. We have to get personable with our customers. Walking customers through your website in that face-to-face, shoulder-to-shoulder. Sales is in the trenches. It is not over text message. Sales is comprised of relationships. Keep in mind, I had no relationship when I bought the first suit. I had no relationship when I went into the first supplement stores. But when I did develop a relationship, it bred loyalty. Relationships breed loyalty. One thing most new IBOs do, which I fell victim to as well, I send them my website. Hey, yeah, I text them, I send them my website, they told me they'd get back to me, so I'm excited. Guys, I'd like you to just look at that from the customer's perspective. You sent them a link to a store. What if that store was a brick and mortar store? You sent them a link to a store that has no clerk inside. The store is comprised of over 350 products. The customer has never been to that brick and mortar store before. So the customer walks into this brick and mortar store with 350 products and no one's behind the counter. And you're expecting them to not only purchase from you, but be loyal to you? Perspective. What kind of experience are you providing for your customers? The other thing, unsolicited sampling. I fell victim to this as well. Go to my friend's place, as soon as I got in business, I bring a handful of energy drinks, put them on the counter, throw them in the fridge. Hey, brought you some energy drinks. Guys, intentions might be good there to sample some stuff. Hey, you're giving some free things away, but what if they're not looking for that? Knowing your customers' why, understanding that there is a need to be filled and understanding why that need needs to be filled. I'll give you a few examples here. When I was managing a title boxing club, I talked to a guy named Brandon. I had an employee named Brandon. He was a great guy. Brandon had sickle cell anemia. I'm not gonna get into what sickle cell anemia is, but what it led to is when it was a little bit colder outside, he would wake up in the morning with a really stiff back. Now, we have no product that I'm aware of at all that cures sickle cell anemia. However, we do have Joint Health, which is a phenomenal product. And so I said, you know what, Brandon, I don't know if this is gonna help or not, but I have half of a bottle of the best joint product I've ever tried, ever used. Do you mind if I give you half of this bottle? Would you take it and let me know how you feel? Well, Brandon was waking up in the morning with a much less stiff back, and he was excited. He ended up being a customer for Joint Health. But the why. I was helping Brandon have a better morning when he woke up. I was helping him be able to get out of bed with less apprehension, get out of bed with less restriction. Another why. Had a manager at one of the cybersecurity companies that I worked at who had struggled with his weight. And he had a goal that he'd been fighting his weight for a long time. He had a goal that he wanted to reach a new level in his weight loss journey, but he was plateauing. He was having difficulty losing more weight. So I talked to him, I said, hey, Daniel, we have some great products called Carb Blocker and Slimetry. And I talked to him about these different products and what they could do for him. And getting to his why, he was plateaued in his weight loss journey. He wanted to move forward. And so we were able to help him do that. Now, the second one that I'm gonna talk to you guys about, this is a big one. Have a cause behind the product. Have a cause behind your sale. Let's talk about this. Tom's shoes. Me personally, I don't care for Tom's shoes. They're not my style. I may or may not have at times called them hippie slippers. However, with Tom's shoes, I know that every time I purchase a pair of Tom's shoes or every time a pair of Tom's shoes is sold, some kid in a third world country is getting a new pair of shoes. So now as a customer, I feel an intrinsic satisfaction because I know where my dollar is going. There's another restaurant that I've eaten at before. It's a delicious restaurant called Tacos for Life. Tacos for Life are exactly that. Tacos are better for your life. But anyway, Tacos for Life, the restaurant concept is when you go and buy a meal, then they provide a meal for someone who's going through world hunger in a third country. The concept of the restaurant is come buy our tacos so we can fight world hunger together. Now, when I go and I spend my money there, I am filled with, I'm doing a good deed. I'm helping something. I can go and I can buy tacos anywhere, but where's my money going? So when you have a cause behind the product, when you have a cause behind why you're in business, your customers will be more apt to purchasing from you because they feel good about it. Not only do they get a product, a first-class, world-class product with a 6-month guarantee, but they're helping solve a need and solve a problem elsewhere. So let's look at a couple causes here. Keith and Courtney Kimberlin. Okay, Keith works for a chiropractic office. Courtney and Keith and Courtney have 2 children. Courtney stays at home with the kids. Okay, she stays at home with the kids and she nannies. When they sell products to customers, these products are going to help Courtney and help Keith be able to provide a better lifestyle once again for their children. For Courtney to be able to be better equipped if she desires to homeschool her children and what have you. So you see where the money is going when you tell the story of the cause. Rajiv Patel, he is a single guy in here. He actually in high school used to be overweight. Well, he looks phenomenal now and he's in tip-top shape. So he is passionate about helping people live healthier, better lives. So I know that although, hey, Rajiv's not in debt, he doesn't have he's not shoeless, he's not living out of his car, nothing along those lines. I know that when I buy healthcare products from Rajiv, it is going to fuel a man's mission whose desire is to help as many people live healthier lives as possible. So this deeper cause, Velvet Simite. So when she was developing her cause, she was working 2 jobs. And instead of going and starting a GoFundMe account so she didn't have to work 2 jobs anymore, she could just focus on her engineering career and build this business outside, she decided to go and sell product. And you know what her cause was? Hey, my name's Velvet. I'm super passionate about these artistry products and helping, ladies, you look as beautiful as you possibly can. And all of the monies that I'm creating and generating here is going to help me be able to fuel my passion to help ladies look as beautiful as they want to and look as good as they can. And it will also allow me to not have to work my second job. That's a cause. That's a cause that customers will buy into. The third one I will say is going the extra mile. Going the extra mile. A great book is How I Raised Myself from Failure to Success in Selling. When it comes to going the extra mile. So let's talk about free samples. You understand that you're a business owner. You understand that you don't have to wait for your upline to put on a promotion for you to decide that there's a promotion going on in your business that month. You have that freedom, you have that autonomy. So when we are selling products to customers, we're constantly giving them free samples. Customers want to be incentivized. They want to know, hey, in this customer experience, how are you going the extra mile for me and for my loyalty? So we are constantly giving out samples to customers all the time. And even when we have customers who are frequent customers for us, who are purchasing month in and month out, you know what? If a new product launches that makes me think about that customer, I will give it to them. I'll buy it for them. Say, hey, I just wanted to get you this product and get it in your hands. Please try it. Let me know what you think. And you know what? If you have any referrals, I would be grateful. Ask for the referral when it comes to going the extra mile for your customer. You went the extra mile, you deserve it. You deserve the referral when you go the extra mile. And guess what Custom Suit Guy did for me? He went the extra mile. And guess what he asked for? Referrals. Thank you cards, holiday cards. What are your customers' birthdays? Sending them birthday cards. Guys, these are relationships. These are relationships with your customers that can lead to multiple referrals. But don't forget, just because you lock down a satisfied customer with one of our products, we have more. A great relationship with a customer can lead to multiple product sales. Why? Because this customer more than likely has multiple needs that you can fill and multiple problems that you can solve. Making your own promotions. This is one thing that coming up in business, we did a lot on the McElroy team, was we would talk about, hey, it's Valentine's Day. Let's talk about a Valentine's promotion. Hey, it's Father's Day. Let's talk about Father's Day promotions. Hey, it's Mother's Day. Let's talk about Mother's Day promotions, and so on and so forth. Being able to give your customers samples, being able to customize their experience with you. So you know what? It doesn't matter if they're purchasing products that cost extra money. It doesn't matter. Why? Because people buy from people. People buy from people. And as sellers, we all need to make sure we're not hiding behind a text message. When someone buys Amway products from me, what is keeping them from just going to Amway.com and buying the product? Me. You are the face of your own business. You are the face of your own product sales, and you should be proud of that. You should be excited about it. You want to know why? Because you should have the confidence that it doesn't matter how many Amway distributors they run out in the marketplace. It doesn't matter how easy it might be for them to go to Amway.com. They will never experience anything better than buying from you.
Okay.
They would be at a loss. This is how we need to think. They would be at a loss if they went to Amway.com, because they wouldn't have the experience of having your extra mile in their life. So wrapping up, guys, customer experience. Looking at this from the customer's perspective instead of we're just trying to get points and we're just trying to move product. If you have a problem with sales, perfect.
Yes.
I did too.
Thank you.
You are a professional problem solver. You are a professional need filler. Your mission is to use our portfolio to enrich people's lives. That's something that I can get behind. How are we going to do this? We're going to know the customer's why, and we're going to get personable. They're not going to go into a department store and just pick something off the rack. They're not going to go into a supplement store and, hey, need anything? No, I'm good. Cool. And meander around a supplement store and just pick something off the shelf and then swipe their card and walk out. We're not going to miss those opportunities to give them a better experience. Know their why. Have a cause behind the product. What is your cause? What is your mission, cause, and purpose that customers can get intrinsically filled up by purchasing from you? And go the extra mile. Create the long-term relationship, because sales is relationships. Love you guys. Thank you.
For existing IBOs only, not for use with prospects. The success depicted in this profile may reflect income from sources other than Amway, such as earnings from the sale of training and education materials or other businesses and investments. While the techniques and approaches suggested have worked for others, no one can guarantee that these techniques and approaches will work for you. In addition, we want to emphasize that success in this business does not come without hard work.